Now that is more like our Toronto Blue Jays. They lay a beat down on the Orioles, and coming into the ball game, we kind of expected the Blue Jays to do a job today. The question was, how easy of a win was it going to be? With Ryu on the mound and Danny Jansen behind the dish, the thought was that things might click, and Ryu was better today. And the offense got going early and often against Matt Harvey and the pitching staff of the Baltimore Orioles as they win 10-2 and improved to 44-40 on the year and are, even up this series at 1 game apiece. So that's always good news. Now, let's start right in the first inning because it got real funky early. Top of the first, Vladdy lines one to left field and the umpire says it's caught. Semien gets doubled off at third, and we're like, are you kidding me? They review it. It wasn't even close. I think it tipped off the guy's glove and rolled underneath him, and I'm like, Humpy, how are you even calling him out? You didn't even see it go in his glove. Not sure what you're talking about there. They have to review it. It's clearly not a catch, but then the question is, where are the base runners going to be? They end up sending Marcus Semien home because he was already rounded third and whatnot, so he was going to score. And to give the Jays the 1-0 lead, and Bo's at second, and Vladdy's at first, so nobody is out, and the Jays got a 1-0 lead at runners at first and second, and they continue to capitalize. Randall Grichuk gets out on a fielder's choice. Bo Bichette comes in to score on the play. Grichuk was saved at first, I believe, on the fielder's choice. Bo comes in to score, making it a 2-0 Blue Jay lead. Then Gavin Biggio doubles to the left center gap. In comes Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And, of course, it was a ground rule double, so no second. Who was it? Grichuk could not come in to score, so he ended up at third base. They don't cross in that inning. But the Blue Jays are up 3-0 after one before Ryu even touches the mound. And I thought he was great today. A lot of soft contact. You could say, well, he allowed 5 hits in 5 innings. He got into trouble early on. None of the hits were really rocket hits. They were bloopers. They were just a little off the end of the bats, reaching for it. I thought he was pretty good. He kept the Orioles off balance all day long. Did he make some mistakes that he got away with? Of course he did. But that's good pitching. When you have the opposing team guessing and off balance, that's when you know your stuff's working and you know that you're all over the place when it comes to you're not in a pattern. And that's when Ryu's at his best. He was great today. And the Blue Jays kept the offense flowing, though. Top of the 4th inning, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. hits an RBI single. Kevin Biggio comes in to score, making it a 4-0 Blue Jay lead. And then Bo Bichette hits an RBI single. Gurriel comes in to score. It's a 5-0 Jays lead. Then Vladdy singles. Semien comes in to score. And the Jays are up 6-0 in the top of the 4th inning. They're feeling great. Ryu's pitching well. Top of the 5th, sac fly for Kevin Biggio. Teoscar Hernandez comes in to score on the play. It's a 7-0 Jays lead. Let's keep this thing going. Bottom of the 5th inning, Ryu gets in a bases loaded, nobody out gem. Again, nothing was really hit all that hard. But Austin Hayes is a sacrifice fly. Leyba comes in to score, making it I think it was a 7-1 game at the time, I believe. But Ryu then gets a pop-up to right field. Hernandez tracks it. He's fairly deep in right field, but he throws an absolute seed home and gets the runner out of the plate. A great tag from Danny Jansen. And the Blue Jays escape that with only 1 run. With the base loaded, nobody out. All they give up is a sac fly. Pitching and defense goes a long way, and Ryu was definitely pleased with that as he was done after 5. And top of the 6th inning, Bo Bichette gets, it literally was a changeup from Valdez down in the strike zone, but down in the middle quadrant, and he crushes it to center field, and it was way gone. Danny Jansen comes in to score on the play, and the Blue Jays continue to tack on. It is now 9-1 Blue Jays. And top of the 8th inning, Teoscar Hernandez then rips an RBI double. Santiago Espinal comes in to score. He came in for 1 at-bat, and he got a hit and scored a run. Espinal making things happen again. That is why they were able to make that Rowdy Tellez move, because Espinal just comes in and works. And I just love what we're seeing from that kid. But at that point, it's a 10-1 Jays lead. Bottom of the 8th, again, Anthony Cape. Not a lot of hard contact. A hard hit from Trey Mancini, but that was about it. Mountcastle gets an RBI. I think it was a little blooper to right field. Austin Hayes comes in to score, making it 10-2. And that is all she wrote as the Blue Jays, even up the series at 1 game apiece, get back into the win, come after the 2-game slide. And a much-needed W today to improve to 4 games over 500 at 44-40. Let's get to the offensive numbers here because there was a lot of good offensive performances. More or less at the top of the lineup, and a couple of guys down the bottom of the shop really got the job done today. Marcus Semien went 1 for 4 in the ballgame, but he scored 2 runs and he walked once for back-to-back games. Lead-off walks to start ball games. That is so important. The Jays scored in the first inning yesterday. Obviously, it was the sac fly from Vladdy. I do this in quotes because it was an absolute piss missile to left field, right at the left fielder. And then today, you score 3 runs in the first inning, starting with the leadoff walk from Semien. It's so important to get that early offense, and Marcus Semien doing the job at the top of the shop. Bo Bichette, 3 for 5 in the game, scored 2 runs, 3 RBIs, and a home run. Going into the game, in his last 9, he's been hitting over 400. He's been flying. He's hitting up near 300 now. Bo Bichette has been unbelievable lately and well-deserving of that all-star nod. The reserve nod, let me just put it that way. And people are going to yell, right? People are going to yell about Bo Bichette defensively and that he shouldn't be an all-star. I hate to do this to people, but look up the metrics and look up the details about Fernando Tatis Jr. defensively. It's pretty bad. But he's Tatis. He absolutely rakes. Hence why he's an all-star. Bo Bichette should be there, and he is. So great job there. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. continues to absolutely rake. I mean, there's no stopping this guy. 3 for 4 with a run scored. Had a couple RBIs as well. Big day in the office for Vladdy. Teo went 3 for 5. He had an 0 for 8 going into the game today. So a big 3 for 5 for him with a run scored and an RBI. A couple doubles for him as well. So good job for Teoscar Hernandez. Gavin Biggio went 2 for 4 in the game. Had 2 doubles. Had a run scored. Couple RBIs. So a great job for Gavin Biggio. Now let's get to the pitching staff, which was very calm, cool, and collected today. I really liked it. Hyunjin Ryu was great. He got into a couple jams, but good pitchers, great pitchers. Find a way to get out of them, no problem. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts, and a couple walks for him. Again, his command wasn't 100%, but you got to realize, with that weather the way it was, the humidity, it was just, you could see the jersey. They were, after the second inning, Ryu is gone from powder blue to this color blue. That's how damn hot it was in Baltimore today. But he went 5 innings, allowed only the 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. But the fact they had 7 Ks, a lot of swing and miss. They were guessing a lot, and that's when he's at his best. And then Trevor Richards went out there in his debut as a Toronto Blue Jay, got a couple flyouts and a strikeout, so a good job for him. No hits, no walks, and got a K. Good job for Trevor Richards in his Blue Jay debut. And Anthony Kay, don't look at this line and say he had a terrible game. If you watch the ball game, Anthony Kay went an inning and 2/3, allowed 5 hits, 1 run, and struck out 2. I'd say 4 of those 5 were little dribblers, they were bloopers, and the one, like I said earlier, the one hard hit ball from Trey Mancini, the double in center field. Other than that, he was fine. 1 run over an inning and 2/3, had a couple strikeouts as well, so a good job from him. And Tim Meza, kind of shocked he was out there in a 10-2 ball game, but he hadn't thrown in 4 days, so I try to understand it. Again, 10-2 with Anthony Kay out there. You basically got rid of a lefty for another lefty, so there's really no matchup things going on. Plus, Kay got the next guy out, right? He had 1 out. He got the second out, then he pulled him. So I'm like, it's a 10-2 ball game. It's not like there was bases loaded, nobody out, and he already allowed 1 run to cross. Then I'd be like, okay, I give him the hook. Not really sure, but either way, Tim Mays only faced 1 guy, so it's not like it's going to hurt him moving forward. And the 1 guy he faced, he struck him out. Tim Mays has been fantastic lately. Rafael Dolis went out there in the 9th inning and really just to try and find himself again. And in a 10-2 game, I'm totally for that move. He went an inning. I think he walked 1 batter and might have got a strike. I forgot to write his numbers down here. I got his name here because I was ready to write it down. Forgot to. But either way, no runs come across against Dolis. He has a clean inning, and the Blue Jays win it 10-2. So a great W there. Now, the finale of this series goes tomorrow night. It's a 7:05 first pitch there at Camden Yards. Alek Manoah gets the ball for the Blue Jays. Keegan Aiken gets the ball for the O's. And the last time Alek Manoah was out there was against the Tampa Bay Rays, and he was downright spectacular. Striking out 7 straight Rays, had 10 strikeouts, was flat out dominant through 6, 7, whatever the case may be. He was fantastic. He had, I think it was 7 innings. He had no hitter through 5. Either way, Manoah gets the ball tomorrow in the finale of this series, looking to pull out the W, put the Jays back up to 5 games over, and win yet another series. We're talking about this team, struggling at times, but they're winning series. They won the series against Tampa. Yeah, they lost the series to Seattle. I understand that. But you won the series against Tampa. You won series in the past against the Marlins, the Orioles, and the Orioles again. And then you won against Tampa, 2 out of 3. And if you win tomorrow, you win another series, 2 out of 3. So especially when you talk about they're not stringing wins together, they're going out there and they're getting job done. I understand they're not jumping the standings like we all hope they are, but 1 game at a time. A great game today. on to the next one tomorrow, right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoy the ball game there this evening, because, hey, when your offense scores 10 runs, you have lots of offense, and your pitching's out as well, and the guy you picked up in a trade yesterday goes out there and throws a clean inning out of the bullpen, which has been awful all year long for the Blue Jays, and he throws up a 0? It's always nice to see, all right? So, guys, hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What you like, what you not like from the Toronto Blue Jays today. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays edition, in the finale of the 3-game set against the O's at Camden Yards tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch there. Alek Manoah gets the ball for the Blue Jays versus Keegan Aiken of the O's. He has an ERA north, I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's around 7. You got to do a job against a team and a pitcher that you should beat up. Tomorrow night, 7:05, looking for the Series W, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.